G'day everyone, James here with JWN Lawn Care and Landscaping, bringing you another video. What's going on YouTube? It's a sunny day, which is astonishing because it's been like raining half the time and then 30 degrees and then raining again and then blah blah blah. Yep. Guess who was batshit fucking crazy enough to buy another lawnmower? Yep, that's right. I was. So, why'd you buy, Nank? Well, I bought this. Yeah. What is this, you say? Well, it's a John Deere F1145, or as we call them here in Australia, Dear John, because they're so bloody expensive. Well, what do you do with this, Nank? Well, we're picking up some larger blocks these days, you know, doing a lot of vacant block cleanups, block slashing. We've got 1.5 acres out in Whoop Whoop to do. We've got a bunch of other vacant blocks we mow on a regular basis. So, it's a bit hard for the little Victa. I've got their spiky ass grass seeds in my socks from this morning. Bastard, get out. Jesus. Anyhow, so I thought, well, you guys will have seen my video. I'm wanting to buy a zero turn. Yes. Oh, but you're not going to buy that? No, I am. So my intent at the moment is to still buy a new, either probably a Hustler or a Spartan, something I don't know, probably 60 inch, in kind of, or I might even get a 54, I don't know. But my intent is to buy one still. But given it's kind of, our season is stretched a bit currently, like this time last year everything was dead. All this grass was like that, right? So this has been weird, but it's kind of tapering off now. It's starting to finish. Our season is over, so there's not really much point in me making that investment now. Now here's the thing, we bought this for $3,000, cheap as, right? If I went and bought, let's say, a Hustler Super Z and the new trailer now, I would be looking at least $30,000, which for, you know, going into winter, yes, we still mow in winter, but throwing 30 grand at equipment in your like non-busy season, especially for a kid like me who's already going to have a 10 grand university debt at the end of the year, isn't really the smartest choice. So I've spoken with the financing company, Easy Rent, they're great, Glenn, awesome bloke to deal with. I've spoken with him. I'm going to be speaking with Paul, we're going to work out, so we're going to get a bigger zero turn at the end of this year, and I'm hoping I can get the trailer because I have no way of actually carrying this around. I had to hire a trailer to get it home. I forgot to put the deck down, it just kind of drops down when you turn the engine off. Hopefully I can get my new trailer soon, so I'll get that done. And I'll get the new zero turn later this year, because this is not a permanent fix. This thing has, and I don't even know, I think the meter works, it seems to have been working, 4,896 point something hours. That is a lot, right? So this machine, I believe, has a 28 horsepower Yanmar. I know it's a Yanmar, I believe it's 28 horse. If you know any different, tell me, but I believe it's that. It has a 60 inch rear discharge deck, shaft driven. Who would put hand trolley wheels on a mower like this? I don't know, man. So I bought this off a soccer club anyhow. It's overall, it's a really solid machine. It's done a lot of work. It's probably at least 10 to 15 years old. It's had a hard life, you can see. It's not shiny and nice looking and everything, but what do I want it for? I want it to run, I want it to cut. And it does those two things, and it does those two things reasonably well for its condition. And for the price, I thought, you know, if I can have a $3,000 debt as opposed to a $30,000 debt in winter, it's probably a lot easier on me. So we've got this, and this is going to be taken care of, because realistically, a lot of my bigger blocks, they're not nice, neat landscaped areas. They're vacant blocks. They're open areas. So it doesn't really matter if the cut quality isn't the world's best. You know, I can get away with it. Obviously, you wouldn't really use this on a manicured garden. But for the block slashing we do, and for the acreage mowing we do, it's all right. You know, and it's acceptable. I do really like, I was wanting a rear discharge deck anyhow. I would have preferred a 72, but that wouldn't have fitted on my new trailer unless I customized it yet again. So I've got, you know, the 60-inch rear discharge, at least it works well. So the main purpose of this, I want to use this through winter for my lawns. Then at the end of winter, at the start of our next season, probably around September, October, I'm going to go buy the new zero turn, and this will go to our farm, because we've got a decent sized orchard up there. You've probably seen it in the past, and we got lots of trees and stuff in it, and we need something like this to get around them and under them and everything else. And we also need a rear discharge deck so it doesn't throw all the clippings onto the areas we dig around the trees. We don't want grass there. So this works really well for that. And it also works well for the feral jobs I do at the moment, because when you've got a big deck like this is 3 blades, right? So if I experience this with the Super Z, if you've got an engine that's trying to pass grass from that blade all the way through these other two and out, it's hard on the machine, and it's not as efficient. If it can just cut straight out, cut straight out, cut straight out, it's a lot easier. You process grass better and everything else. This is why the councils love them, because they can go through wild shit like this. They haven't cut this for ages, so guess what I'm about to do. And that's what we're faced with. I will have to go make sure I'm on the right tank, because these tanks seem pretty small. Yeah, that one, I think that's okay, that amount. That should do us. Because yeah, you don't want to run a diesel out of fuel. But it's got electric PTO, it's got your nice throttle, 4-wheel drive, deck lift, diff lock, alternate braking so you can use them to turn better, park brake, high and low range, other fuel switcher. Yeah, so look, it's in reasonable condition for its age. Nothing spectacular, but at least, you know, it works, and it does the job I need it to do. So obviously I'm going to do a pretty decent overhaul on this thing, so I'm quickly going to get new tyres on it. For the front, I reckon that one's pretty bald, I'll need a new one for that. I'm going to get new belts, so the belts for the alternator and the cooling fan are pretty worn out, so I'm going to get new belts for that. That one has to be worn out, because you'll hear, I'll mow this part here in real time. I might mow this bit too, I don't know. I don't want to take too many chances with the fuel, because if I run it out here I'm screwed. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that belt is worn out as well, because the PCO comes on like that, but the deck takes a good while to actually get up to speed, and you'll hear that in the video. Anyhow, let's stop talking and start mowing. Where am I going to set you up? I'll set you up. Let's go here. Yeah, enjoy. Okay, so I think I finally, there's the smoke that makes a bit of the breather tube. I think I finally managed to match the Monash Council's standard of mowing. So you can see it's not too bad. A reasonable length grass. It's not that terrible. Like, it's missed some bits, you know. The pumps a little bit, but that's rear discharge decks for you. Yeah, so this is checked and replaced for that. That's just under pure model light. But what we'll do, I'll give it one quick pass again. And we'll see how much of a difference that makes, because it normally cleans it up quite good. So pretty much all the clippings, aside from a few little bumps, are gone now. One of the other things I will need them to have a look at, because I'm going to take this into Glenmac, who are the kind of Victorian John Deere sales, service, everything else people here, is you see the deck, when you lift it, lifts that side but not really that side. So if any of you have suggestions for that and how to fix it too, be much appreciated, because yeah, that seems a bit odd. So there's going to be a bunch of stuff done to it, right? But for the moment I figure it works and it does what I need it to do. So, you know, it's got a pretty good seat on it. The suspension's kind of cooked. It doesn't really work anymore, but it's still alright. You know, if I can get that finished in 2 passes on most of my vacant blocks, I'm a happy man. And once I put, like, I think this still has the same blades. They did give me a spare set of blades with it. This is the same set they've had. Let's see, can we get under here and have a look at how the blades look? So these are pretty fine clippings though, actually, coming down to look here. Let's see, where are they? There it is. Oh. Pull that one around. Oh yeah, that's ancient. That is blunt as. So that definitely needs to be fixed. There we go, that's meant to be like that. Okay, apparently pulling back puts it down. Alright. Looks a bit better. Went straight. So yeah. But we figured out the tyre pressures were cooked too yesterday. Like I think that side was like 9 psi. That side was like, because I think they're meant to be 20 these fronts and 23 the back. I think that one was 9, that one was like 11. And the backs were all stuffed up as well. So now that they're even, it's actually, the cut's about right. But you can adjust the height. Got them these pins, so they had it on this setting for really low because it was a soccer field, so they were cutting soccer fields with it, cut nice and short. I've adjusted it up. I think that's actually, that's near the top setting. But I've adjusted it. I haven't adjusted the front. I probably should, because it looks like, yeah. But they've got, well, they've got a few things in here. It's not your spares box. So, I don't know, can you put golf balls on them? But you got these things to adjust your height. They got a spare tow ball. Comes with a tow ball. You have a knife. A knife. I don't know what that's for. Cutting your lunch, shanking someone, something like that. A cloth, and some interesting accessories. I only discovered these about 15 minutes ago. Yeah, not quite sure why they're there, but there you go. So you got a bunch of these, anyhow, and you basically, you can, oh shit, I've just realised this one has none on there, which is probably why it goes up and down like there's no tomorrow. But you can, like they have on this, you can put various ones on to change the height. I'm not sure of the increments. I presume it's 1/4 inch, which is kind of standard. Might not be. If you know, please tell me in the comments. But yeah, so that's the John Deere F1145. We'll see how it goes. You know, again, it's not a permanent solution. It's just temporary. It's just for me to get me by for the winter. And I can think about something else for after that. I do have to say though, these fuel tanks, I don't know what it is, they drain. Part of me wonders if that smoke you were seeing billowing out of there is part of it just running really inefficiently. Wow, that's hot as. It's truth. But it's pissing me off, you can't even see. Yeah, we're nearly out on that one. And on the other one, I think we're nearly out too. This one at least I can sort of see. That one's a lost cause. So you can't pull it. Yeah. No, it's got a bit in it, but not much. So yeah, supplied by Western Farm Sunshine. Might give them a ring. But this is the problem with the fuel gauge, right? That says it's full, but they're nearly empty. It also says the PTO's on, which it's not. When you pull the PTO button, that light comes on, which is supposed to be the engine over there. So that's a whole big mess. Anyhow, that's this John Deere for you. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Tell me what you think. Tell me, do you think it'll last? I think it will. I hope it will. A lot of other people I've spoken to think it will. So it's rolling. We're gonna do a bunch of stuff, you know, keep it clean, keep it good. It's gonna basically have a pretty major service. Let's try and escape. It's just inching away. Watch it. That did nothing. Okay. Anyhow, yeah. So we're gonna service it up, make sure it's good. But in the meantime, let me know your thoughts. Give us a like. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. We're up to like 600 already, I think, which is awesome. I'm really happy about that. So thank you to all those who have subscribed. If you haven't, please do. It helps me a lot. It gets me the kind of connections that enable me to do all the stuff with Bush Ranger and Hustler. So I owe it to all of you for that, and I'm gonna, you know, they've bent over backwards for me, so I'm gonna make sure I do the right thing by them as well. And I want one of their machines anyhow, because this really isn't good for some of the blocks I do, because it's too much fiddling around. It's good for wide open spaces like this, but if you gotta turn tight corners and stuff, it sucks. Anyhow, that's all from me. Peace in the Middle East. Be good to each other, be good to your customers, I'll be good to you, and have a good day.